Audio Jungle.
So good morning. So
Good morning.
as ma'am said, actually I was skillful. Actually, I had a lot of skills. I was very motivated, but I never put any efforts to achieve something during my school days. Actually, my marks in 12th standard is actually 873, which is very low and very below average comparing to many others who score above 1100 or 1000. But still, I try to overcome this deficit by making a clear plan during my bachelor studies. So not even I studied in a very big college. I studied in a very normal college, and I did a bachelor in civil engineering. But I come out on top because I studied. So then later I did my masters, and now I got a job. That is a different story. But what I mean to say is everybody has some skill. So it is up to you when you unleash it. So that is the point. So today I am here to tell you what are the immediate next, the options which are available after your 12th and little after that, maybe after completing your bachelor's, what are the further opportunities which are available. So this is a standard career path which everybody in the world have this path at some part. Okay, now all of you are in this stage. You are here, and here is where you will have wide opportunity to choose. So if you move up this ladder, your opportunities become confined, and you get a clear path. And you are in 12th, or maybe some few are in 11th. So now you have a very wide path, and you go up this ladder. So you do a bachelor degree, maybe engineering or medicine. Then you have three opportunities. You may go, actually, you have four opportunities: further studies, even your master studies. Then you can go to your industry. You can work as a consultant or a manager or a engineer and so on. Then you can go to a government job. There are so many exams, there are so many things through which you can enter the government jobs. And based on your expertise, you will go to these different levels from clerk to even a higher level, scientist level. You will enter a different stage. And the third thing is it's up to you. These all have some personal benefits. Something you will work for a society. You will earn, but you will give to the society more. And you can, and further there is a fourth option. You can even start your own company, but that is a very difficult one. For that, you have to first start from somewhere here. You should start in the industry. You should know more about it and then start some companies or something. So the second thing is you go to a graduate level, and again, the difference between a bachelor course and a graduate course is graduate courses are more specific. That postgraduate or master's course are more specific and to some subjects. For example, I am a BE civil engineer and ME in coastal engineering. So after a BE, I have very wide scope. I can work in a construction industry, or I can work in some government company, or I can work for some soil investigations or something, so foundations. So I have some wide scopes, but I did a master's. I became a coastal engineer. That means I can only work in a coastal engineering field. That is my subject expertise. So that is the thing. In masters, you get specializations. So in recent times, even in bachelor degree, there are some subject-specific courses are there. For example, once upon a time, at BE level, there will be only BE mechanical engineering. Nowadays, there will be industrial engineering or instrumentation engineering, mechanical and instrumentation. Some specific courses are there, even bachelor courses. What I will say is, please avoid that very specific subjects at the bachelor level. Actually, just go for a wide, a mechanical engineer, civil engineering, or computer science. Take a broad field, not a very confined one. So that is even BE robotics are there. So they are very confined, very specific. Unless you succeed and do very well, it will be very difficult. So what you do is you have to go to the very specific subjects during your master's level. At the bachelor's level, try to keep your options wide. The 4 years you will gain a wonderful knowledge, and then further during the bachelor degree itself, you will know what you want to do next. For example, civil engineering, there is soil mechanics, there is structural engineering, and water resource. I mean, what are the structural engineering means? People will work planning and designing the buildings. What are the house you are there? So people will design that. And soil mechanics means people will study the ground foundations for your houses. So these are the very specific subjects you will learn. Actually, you will learn wide in your bachelor's. So you will develop interest in some subjects. For example, you are doing your 12th, some may like biology, some may like physics, some may like maths. It is the same thing during the bachelor's. You will like some subjects and you will not interested in some subjects. So based on your interest, you can choose a master degree. So what you like and what you have to do. So this is one. So don't choose a very subject specific course during a bachelor degree. Always keep it wide. So that is the one suggestion. Then after your graduate studies, you have to do PhD and so on, or after that postgraduate. After that, you can even go to some big positions as a research. After postdoc, you may get inducted directly as assistant professor. There are so many options. So what you need actually for a good bachelor degree, marks. Some may say marks are not important nowadays. Entrance are there. Everything marks are important. When I studied 12th, I am not even considering this. I was just spending my time like anything. I just scored 873, so I didn't get a good college. I actually got into normal college, and then from there I developed the skills. So that is different. So what you have to do is marks is important. Even some people don't like marks are important at a bachelor level. And then after bachelor's, people won't see your 12th and 10th mark easily. If you are going to the master degree, they will see your marks of the bachelor degree. If you have good percentage and there will be some entrance, again marks will play some role. And then for a good PhD, marks are negligible. People won't consider your marks. Your good performance in masters, the project you are doing in your masters, and what you have to do, your research proposal, and so many factors determine that. Job after that, then if you did a PhD, then you are working PhD. So the role of marks and quality of college, your past that everything reduces, and your knowledge, your very subject specific skill increases. So everything matters. After a bachelor degree, if you have to do your master degree, you have need a good marks. If you have to go to a job, you have to have a good skill that you should develop based on that. And then again, another thing, interdisciplinary courses are there. Some even at a bachelor level, there are some interdisciplinary courses. It involve multiple fields. For example, nanotechnology, and so many courses are there. Please avoid this type of courses when you are in after 12th. Don't choose this type of courses. Only go to them after the masters. And actually, nanotechnology is a recently evolving field. Many people are talking about that. But actually, if you do a masters and then you do a nanotechnology, then it will be worthwhile. For example, nanotechnology is even a physics student, BSc physics, BSc chemistry, even engineering, biotechnology students, even civil engineering students, even mechanical. So all can enter nanotechnology after as a master's student, because nanotechnology has applications in all fields. But only starting as a bachelor in nanotechnology or integrated course in nanotechnology, it is very actually not recommended. So actually you do a very good wide bachelor's, actually even computer science, IT, mechanical, ECE, electrical. So you should choose your path very wide and then go as a subject specific, plan as a subject specific. So these are the things. This is the first part I'm covering. So the second one is, so you are in 12th. I think most of you will be either in a computer group or a biology group. I think these are mostly people won't be there, I think, in your school. So see how wide the opportunities are after your 12th. Even after the thing, your opportunity to a job, higher studies. So this chart, I'm not going to explain more. It is just to show you there are very, 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 very wide opportunities if you do any course. If you do it good, and you will definitely get something. So another thing is recently, even when I am studying, many people will be telling, if you study engineering, there will be no job. So actually, I will tell it is a false thing, and people don't understand it properly. If you study engineering properly, you will definitely get a job. So that is the point. So whatever thing you study after 12, if you had some commitment and some interest, so you will definitely get a job. For example, some people will get into engineering only because of their parents. So those people won't have any interest in engineering. So after passing out, they will have a difficulty in getting a job or even higher studies. So my preference is, if you have an interest, you can choose. And once you get into something, please develop your interest. Even if your parents push into something that you don't like, try to get some interest on that subject. For example, even I scored 873. I got a normal college. That too, I want to do biotechnology or that kind of thing. But my parents pushed me into civil engineering. But actually, I developed the interest after 1 or 2 years. Initially, I didn't like. I want to do biotechnology. I want to do biology research. So even during my bachelor's degree, I did that biobacterial concrete. Something I did. My interest in biology, I did something. So you have to develop your interest. So that is the one thing. Even I recommend parents not to push out of interest, but even if you push, you should try and your students try to get some interest on the subject, because after without interest, actually that 4 years or 3 years, it will be just a waste of time. So this is the another thing. So nowadays after 12th, you need unless it is the Tamil Nadu State Engineering College, everything you need a NEET, or if you have to get into IITs, there are so many JEE exams, JEE Advanced. I know actually many people know only NEET and JEE for now. Actually, there are a lot of more exams than you imagine after 12th. Okay, so if you are in an engineering stream, there is JEE Advanced, and there are a lot of top independent engineering colleges, BITS Pilani, and a lot of private colleges. So they conduct some exams separately for. So even if you didn't click on JEE or JEE, you can get into this. Then again, NEET, AIMS, and JIPMER. Actually, medical field, you will go, only a few can get into it, as it's really competitive, and very less colleges, not like engineering college. There are not so many colleges. So you should be planning. Actually, many who are aiming to be doctors, I think they will be already preparing to NEET. So best of luck to you all. Just do better, your future will be bright. Then again, so mostly after engineering and medical, people won't see anything else. And even after that, there are a lot of exams there. And defense services. Actually, what is this defense services means? There are so many NDA, National Defense Academy, National Academy, Naval Academy, and Indian Navy. There are so many exam is there. So actually, they are conducting some. They are having some colleges. So we have to write some exams. If you get, actually, they will train for your military as well as your studies. So some 3 or 4 years you will have a degree, and after the degree you will get a job in the army or navy. So you will click 2 points. If you have, I think many will have interest to do something for the nation. So they also have these options. Actually, you have to write an exam, you have to clear it. So there will be 3 or 4 year courses. I think all, even engineering and physics, so arts, even all subjects are available. So based on your interests, during the time itself, they will train you for the army or navy. And sometimes you will study and pass out, and then you will get into the navy or army. So even if you didn't want to get into the army, you can come out and do some other work. Or even if you enter the army, you can work for some 5 or 6 years, then come back, come out, and do some other exams, because many exams have some reservation for ex-servicemen. So ex-servicemen will, even if they score low mark, they will get into the job. So there are so many options. So you can just try it once. Then again, even for a very fashion and design, a lot of institutes who are getting a lot of entrances there. These people have even very bright futures. Those who have painting skills, art skills, some students will be there. They can try this. They actually even these are for fashion and design, and especially that H1 National Aptitude Test in Architecture, NATA. It is actually, so it is a very good exam. Those who have good drawing skills can definitely try this exam. If you score some good marks, you will get actually be a bachelor in architecture. So you can become an architect. You can design buildings and so on. You can draw buildings. And again, there is CPT. Again, this is also for architecture. So the last two are for architecture, and these are for fashion design. So last two is a different building design actually. Last two, and the A to G is for fashion design, footwear design. So actually, the scopes are really good. Actually, that you can see, you can explore those. You can, if you go search in Google these words, you can see what it really is. Then again, even for social sciences, there are some engineering, some good entrance exams. Actually, if you do in social science in a local college, if you try this and do a entrance, you can even get a, you can go to high level even in a social science field. Then again, for law, All India Law Entrance Tests, Common Law Admission Test, and then science. So national nest is there. So you can go BSc Physics or chemistry to top colleges, top research institutes are conducting some BSc Physics or BSc Chemistry. You can get into there. Then again for mathematics, so some you can get into some top mathematical institutions in India. So these are subjects. So other than this engineering, you can try even this. So I think these science and mathematics, these exams will be somewhat easier than the JEE. So we can give it a try. And again, law entrance, you will give the most generic questions only, that aptitude type of questions only you will be asked. So no subject specific. So there are multiple options after your 12th. Just this is your for some entrance. So this is what I am talking about. So careers in engineering. So actually, I will always limit that bachelor in engineering to these broader parts: civil, mechanical, electrical, electronic, aeronautical, and computer science and IT. So there are even a lot of even bachelor engineering courses, but I won't personally prefer them. Even I think it is not preferable. First, try to enter in a broad sector, then during your masters you can find it. And further presentation, I'm not going to talk much thing about masters or the further job. That you will get exposure during your bachelor's. So I will just show what are the courses are there, what are the opportunities, and these are the careers in engineering. And these are core subjects in engineering, and there will be even a lot of, so under civil engineering there will be environmental engineering, B environmental engineering, B irrigation engineering. So try to do civil, and then during your masters try to do something environment or construction or so many things are there. Same way in mechanical, instrumentation or robotics. Try to do in the masters. In bachelor's level, try to do a broader course. The same thing with the all other courses also. So again, I think compared to engineering part, actually science part is really wide. So actually, if you see at the first sight, engineering will be more fashionable, but even at the science field, many will tell, oh, there is only physics, chemistry, maths. Other than physics, botany, zoology, people won't see anything else. after physics and at the bachelor's level, there are many courses during the master's level. You will get a really good job after that. Even some colleagues working with me are from geology, oceanography, meteorology. So by even biotechnology, biological scientists are there. So what I will do is if you do this science courses, try to do PhD. So if you do engineering, even you can come out at the bachelor level and go for a job, or go to the master and then go for a job, or even a PhD and go for a job. There are wide options. But for a science core, planning for a science path, I will recommend you to do a PhD. Don't stop until a PhD, because after PhD, your options are very good. Actually, even any options if you take, you can have a very good career. So only if you do well and try to do PhD, even after MSc, you have some opportunities, but doing PhD is a very good option. Even after BSc, MSc, some B.Ed, you can get into teaching, but I will prefer you to do even plan up to PhD. Then again, here comes this forensic science, food technology. Even you can say what is forensic science. Even for forensic science, there are government recruitments are there. So there are some jobs, but even like what I said in engineering field, try to do your master's, bachelor's very wide. Choose chemistry, physics, botany or zoology. Then go for even a physics candidate can choose oceanography. Even a geology candidate can take oceanography. Even a biological student can take oceanography. So always keep the subject specific, very specific, or do only in masters. So always do your keep bachelor's as a wide course, and even geography and just everything planned during your masters. Okay, so always keep your opportunities wide during bachelor's, because that 3 years time will give you a good time for planning what to do, what you have to do next. So if you take oceanography now as be at the BSc level, your opportunity will be very limited after your 3 years, because there will be some people with the geology and MSc in oceanography. So preference will go to them. So plan according to that. Only go to very subject specific courses only to at your master's level. At the bachelor level, try to keep your options wide. So again, these are the careers in medicine. Many know there is only MBBS. There are a lot of options in other than MBBS. Pharmacy, dark room assistant, veterinary science, medical technologists, and radiographers. So there are a lot of options that you can try if you are interested. For example, medical technologists and radiographers and optometrists. So they are very important. I think they will be in all hospitals, scanning centers, and everywhere. So everybody have some good scope. Then comes the career in management. So this management subjects, again, I think many, actually, so this management people will be more than even the engineering people actually, because even people who do engineering, they will do a management and enter this field. So again, I think unless few courses in some top colleges don't do management courses at your bachelor level. There are some few top colleges for this CA accountancy or this something statistics at the bachelor level, but don't do them at the bachelor's level. You get a bachelor, some other bachelor degree, then do some management courses. So try to do that. So there are a lot of options. I think mostly nowadays, mostly who pass out in engineering, who don't get job in core field, they are getting these jobs or some services jobs. So I should keep this management as a secondary options. Okay. Then here also comes law. Law also I will try to ask you to do law. If you try to pass, if you are interested, if anybody, one person is interested in law, becoming a lawyer, try to pass these examinations. These exams will be very easy compared to engineering. If you pass this, and if you get some top law colleges, your future will be good. And you don't want to struggle at very earlier stage. So these are the secondary options. So these options you try. This slide I'm particularly showing because there are these options, but don't give these options first preference. Okay. Then again, this is the I think part I want to discuss most because after your bachelor's degree, even my friends, many will spend, they will won't go to job and spend 2 to 3 years and try to pass some exams. UPSC, that means exams for IAS, IPS. There are SSC. These are for Group E post for. These are the next level of UPSC. There is SSC. Then again, banks are there. So these exams have huge competitions. I think even an engineer will write, even a doctor will write, even a art student will write, even a fashion student will write. So everybody will write these exams, and lakhs of applications, huge competitions, and conducted mostly for entry level positions actually. So these entry level positions means, for example, take your school. There will be a primary school teacher, then they will be promoted to high school, then as a at secondary, then as a principal, so on. So these mass recruitments are conducted only for entry level. So they have some age limit. So you have to go to entry level and you have to get a work job. You have to grow from there. You will get promotion and so on continuously. Actually, they are really good options. If you get into that, they are really good, really preferred. But they have huge competitions like applications. So again, there is a lesser known fact. Actually, I went into this doctorate requirements. There are 51 ministries in Government of India. So, for example, I'm showing here Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Ayush, Ministry of Chemical and Physical, Ministry of Civil Aviation, Coal, Commerce, Communication, Consumer, Corporate, Culture, Defense, Environment, and so on, like that 51 ministries. So, I think this is the link for that. If you go to the link, you can see how many ministries are there. So, what I am told, if for example, there is a research institute for structural engineering. So after civil, you are doing structural engineering, you can get into that National Structural Engineering Research Institute. It is in Chennai. And then National Leather Institute and so many things. For example, I am working in National Institute of Coastal Research, National Center for Coastal Research. It is especially for coastal engineering and that related works. So I think many people will pass to the institute. They will see that it is on government office. Other than that, they won't feel anything good. They will think they are writing some government exams and getting in. Actually, other than that, mostly there are only direct recruitments. Even in direct interviews conducted even for secretary level positions. That means even the topmost level, you can get in. You can work in a private for a very long time and get into a secretary level. So there are wide options. Actually, it is less competition. So just tens to hundreds of applications. Other than that, there won't be much applications. For example, for regarding my post, they will ask a qualified person as MTech in coastal engineering is mandatory. They will put. So only people with coastal engineering can apply. So competition is very less. What I think is in this UPSC and SSC, the number of postings will be high. 1,000 posts, 2,000 posts. Then for the 1,000 posts, lakhs will apply. But for this, mostly the number of posts will vary from 1 to 10. But for this 1 to 10 posts, number of people applying will be from 10, only 10 people or 100 people. So it will be very less. If you do really well, you can get into there very easily. So this conducted for very lesser, well hidden post. Actually, even for advertisement, people will ignore. They will think it is some kind of thing. People will ignore, and everything. Even if you go for a chemistry, there is a petrochemical industry. So here there is Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizer. You can see below that Brahmaputra Cracker and Polymer Limited, Central Institute of Plastic Engineering Limited, Hindustan Fluorochemical Limited. So there are so many institutes beginning that. So these each institutes will recruit posts separately. So they will ask BSc Chemistry, MSc Chemistry, PhD Chemistry based on the level of post what they need. even at the upper very basic level they will hire. So there are so many posts. For example, chemistry I am telling, even for civil engineering or mechanical engineering research institutes are there. So there are so many institutes. Even for medical research it is there. Actually Ministry of Ayush is there. Under that so many departments are there. So that departments will recruit some posts. So there are so many posts, just it will be invisible. So if you try, you can see that posts are coming up. So that is the thing. And again, you should just go and search them unless. So actually this fact I am not telling for immediately. You should go first focus on your studies, what course you are choosing. But some people will choose the course that they won't even like. But for them, I'm telling, there are so many options. You should not have to, you should never worry. There are so many options available, even at a government level. Other than this, so many government posts are there. So another thing is the number of posts. Here they will recruit 1,000 posts for one UPSC exam. For first 1 year, they will recruit some 1,000 posts. For one institute, they will hire some 1 to 10 people every year. Then there are hundreds of institutes. Then count the numbers. There will be even 50,000 recruitment per year. So people won't see. There are 50,000 government jobs per year, but people won't see. So that is the thing. Those who know that link, they will get into it. So that is the thing. Again comes the final part. So we have a career. So big factors which could be avoided, but these which could be avoided, but it cannot be avoided. Parental pressure is the first thing. Peer pressure is the next house or family members, they will tell some suggestions. So that is then. And third one is mob mentality. So everybody is taking computer science, so I will also take computer science. So that is the mob mentality. So and then comes the inclination towards medical and engineering. Then possibilities of getting job abroad or career that will earn you a government job. I think a career that will earn you a government job, it will be preferred by most parents, I think. I think even private companies, there are good salaries. Even possibilities of going abroad is there, because if you do really will do good in your bachelor's, rather than doing a master degree in India, I will recommend you to do a master degree in abroad, somewhere abroad. You can get so many scholarship. They will give you the fees. They will give you the day living allowance. So many things they will give. You have to just go and study and come. For that, you have to get some good marks in bachelor's, some good project in bachelor's, some good recommendations from your professors. So these are the things that required for getting a good master's in abroad. I think many of your family members may be in abroad, so you can talk with them and ask how we can enter that. Next on the, I think these things can be avoided. The first 3 or 4 points can be avoided, but even we can say it can be avoided. It is not avoidable. Everybody will force. So you should cross these pressures. You should overcome these pressures and focus on your path. And again, choosing your careers depends on multiple options. So in their education is only one part. Education is only one part. There are so many other five options. Your own values, your interest, your experience, you gain over time, your skills. Your skills is the most important thing to get a job than your educations. So always try to improve your skills. And you need a good education, but your skills are more important than your education. That's what I will say. Your education will give you certifications, but your skills give you will show whoever will give you a job. Your skills will show them that you are eligible for this job. Your education is just a certification to show them you have this qualification, but your skills determine you are getting the jobs. Then other things, your personal motivation will decide other things. So again, so that is planning your career and the career development cycle. So know yourself, explore the possibilities. So most people won't do this second options. There's no yourself. Everybody will tell, because everyone will have some interest, values, skills, resource, personality. So this I am not going to talk about. The second option is explore possibilities. I think many won't do that. Many never do that because they know after 12th means engineering in some Tamil Nadu college through some Tamil Nadu thing or NEET or something. So there are so many possibilities. Even what I have informed you today is very less. If you actually before 5 years when I am studying in the school, the internet and it's not at this level. Nowadays you have phone in your hands. I got my phone during my bachelor's only, and the second year only. Even when I studied, there is no Android phone just coming. So when I was doing my third or fourth year only, I am getting phone or laptop. So nowadays you have all these options. So just you can search Google what to do 12th after do after 12th. There Google will give so many options. You can just read them, and somebody will have some aim. Some, for example, you have to enter something. So if you, for example, if you want to go to engineering, what are the best colleges in engineering that you will get? Then again, if you have to enter a particular college, then you can see what are the things. So there are options. Explore. You should just explore the possibilities. That I have to will say. If you explore the possibilities, only you can make a choice. Unless you don't explore anything, you cannot make a choice. You will asked to choose you will not be able to make a choice. You will be given options by your parents. So that is the thing. Unless you explore the possibilities, you can never make a choice. Your parents will during they will just ask you to take a mechanical engineering or a computer science engineering. So if you know wild possibilities, in one college you can get a mechanical engineering. You clear some exam, there you will get some other course. So always try to keep your options open at this stage. For that thing, you should explore the possibilities. These possibilities, I didn't do this option after my 12th. I did this after my BE. So my parents want me to go to the job, but I wanted to study further. So for example, I researched. Actually, I had some interest in the coastal engineering even during my bachelor's. So I did some internship or project in coastal engineering even during my bachelor. So I had some specific interest on that even during my bachelor. So I explored the possibilities. So if I need a master degree, I need in this field, what I have to do. So I searched. I got okay, in this college it is there. For getting this, I have to write this exam. For writing this exam, I have to study these things. So you should that is the thing you have to do. You have to explore the possibilities, and then only you can make a choice, and then you should make it happen. So this is the thing you have to do. I think everybody this slide, everybody even always have with you. First know yourself, then explore the possibilities, what you have to do, and how you have to do, and what are the choices available, then how I am going to achieve the choices, then make a choice. Okay, this I am taking, so I have to do this, then finally make it happen. So this is the thing, this is the most important part. Then thank you. So these are the things I wanted to talk about. So there are still much more I can talk, but at this stage this is enough. If you want to really know further, just do this thing, explore the possibilities. I think this, you should do it yourself, and your parents also will do. And for the parents also, I am telling you, explore the possibilities for your sons or daughters, because you might have crossed stage where you may study in a very nearby college, and you may not have more exposures. Try to build those exposures, and also try to ask your sons and daughters to get more exposures. What are the options are there, and how we are going to get it. Just search a Google, search and search. You will get more. There will be more choices other than engineering, more choices other than IIT, JEE, and NEET. There are much more choices. For before choosing, you have to just explore the possibilities. Thank you.